on my computer now. And then I'll get Karl. We had a yacht come in super late, or helicopters or whatever. I don't know. Somebody came in late, so I got delayed. So now I have to find the link, and then I will post it on Facebook, and then we can head outside. Let's see. Share. Just talk amongst yourselves. Tell me what you're making. It's the end of the month. And then I will get a link posted. Let's see. Facebook. I'll just put it up on the 2 needle binding groups and call it good today. Hi. Let's see. My computer is slow too. And immediately question for Karl. Oh, yay. Anne's here. Anne, oh my gosh, your order is taking, I'm packing everything. My fingers are blue. This is like the 17th time I've washed them today because I'm wrapping up dyed yarn that needs to be rinsed a bit more. Okay, there we go. Now I can share the link. And the quick description, any second now, which means now. Karl? We'll play with a double curl stitch today too, I decided. Viking Valley we're in. Gotta tag the village because they let us film here. Let's see, Viking Valley. Karl? Yes. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go walk outside and talk to people, and I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, let's turn it so they're looking at you. This is Karl. Karl is going to be, I'll join you in like 5 minutes. There you go. You can now look at the mess. There you go. Okay, have fun.
So you want me to go out in the rain and just talk?
Yep, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'll meet you in the parking lot. You can go show them the mountains and the waterfalls. We have some of those around here.
We are basically inside a waterfall right now because it's raining like crazy.
Do you need an umbrella?
The Gamble might need one.
Yeah, I'll get you an umbrella. So now you have to multitask. Now you have to carry an umbrella. You're gonna look so pretty.
Yeah, no, I can hold the stick and talk at the same time. That's not a problem.
One of these days, we're not gonna be this busy.
Well, the alternatives in this valley is either busy or bored.
It's a rainbow, though. Look at the rainbow. Huge. You can't get up it. There you go. I'll be out in a minute. Look at it. It's a double, triple rainbow. Holy, that's crap. That's cool.
Yep. It's at least double. They probably did. The question was, how did the Vikings honor their gods? Mostly it's a business transaction. I give you this, so you give me that. The gods are basically, they have different areas of expertise, and whatever god you want to make a deal with will accept some kind of sacrifice from you. "100 degrees in Dallas, so I really hope that's Fahrenheit and not centigrade." It's very hard to know anything for sure about this. Probably they wasn't like Christians with prayers and masses. It's more sacrifices and feasts. And there was the midwinter bloat is the most famous, but I might have had something similar for midsummer and some other calendar days. Yeah, the double rainbow is actually kind of nice. So with this valley, we can usually see the rain coming long before it comes, because one end of the valley turns gray.
Holy crap, where did the rain
And
come?
it's this time it came from the fjord. Normally it comes from
Over there. Holy crap, it's wet.
normally it comes from up there, but now you can still see sunshine up there, but it's raining here and out in the fjord. Yeah. I'm not good with Fahrenheit, so I don't really know what it means, but I'm assuming it's pretty hot. Yeah, 23 centigrade is a little bit too much by my taste. It's okay if there is a little bit of a draft, but if it is dead calm and that hot, it's not fun. And today has been too hot here most of the day. It just started raining, so
You're doing a good job, Karl. Let's go to, I have to get charcoal for the grill. Okay. All right, so who's here? Oh my God, it's like a little windy too. We'll just do this. You gotta hold the basket, I think. The umbrella wants to blow away. There we go. So hey, look at that double rainbow for you guys. You can't plan that. I didn't even know it was out here. Like literally 10 minutes earlier, it wasn't raining at all. So I'm assuming this is gonna be over quickly. But what a nice surprise for you guys. Now I have to do one more errand, so Karl's gonna get to film a little bit once we get over there. The village is full today, so we're having grilling again, which means I gotta go and pick up some charcoal for the Vikings before that store closes, which it does before YouTube is done. But beautiful weather today. You can see the beginning of that sailboat I was telling about over on the left. Yeah, so if somebody wants to look up the double curl stitch on Nylock and Tot, that's what we're gonna play with today. I have no idea where it came from. I think some German lady did something and Sana thought it was awesome and made a video for it. But that's what we'll play with today if we can find a spot where it's not wet. You pronounce that Yukid. It's supposed to be closed right now. Okay, Karl, you get to sit here. And Tot will be right back.
yeah, the tunnel you see here is the Gudvangen tunnel. And for a hole in the mountain, it's incredibly flammable. In the time I've been here, I think it has caught fire 3 times. And you see the area, right? Mostly tractor trailers, because the other end of the tunnel is on top of the mountain. So when they are driving down, they don't register that they are driving in kind of a steep downhill. So they are standing on the brakes the whole time, and then the brakes catches fire. Then the rest of the truck catches fire. Then the tunnel is closed for a week or 2 while they repair it. And you see the area right above the tunnel where the trees are gone. Aha! Limited edition Orkney bear. Sounds interesting. The area right above the tunnel used to be a field where I planted trees. But I've now taken down all the trees to basically get back to the natural state of this area without planted anything. So this will be interesting to see what grows up there. I have seen old pictures in black and white of this mountainside. And on these old pictures, there isn't a single tree. It's completely just white rock, most of it. But that was probably back when the farmers had enough animals to basically keep the vegetation down.
I was gonna sit on the fjord, but maybe that's a bad idea right now. Maybe we should sit on a bench underneath the roof over there until this clears up. You want the umbrella? It's blowing too.
What does DPN mean?
Double pointed needles.
Ah.
Pointed needles. So no, that's a knitting needle thing. Here, we'll walk along the roof and then I've got charcoal.
So now we are doing this without an umbrella, so hopefully it will be okay.
And people think we're unorganized.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Okay, we'll sit under here because the it's too wet for the gimbal. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around. And just so you know, I sat in a massively wet puddle just for you guys. You get a good view of that. Okay, Karl, did you get your question from Anne?
Yeah.
Did you were able to read it?
The one about religion, yes.
Holy crap, it's raining like big time. Look. Oh good, I'll have to check what that was. Look at it. I can't go anywhere. Yeah, but it's like a sun shower. I mean, there's just like this quick rain coming over, but look how hard it's coming down. Are we the only ones having this weather? Because I know Phoenix would love this right now. They're like 20 days in a row with like 110 plus degrees Fahrenheit. Which makes me wonder how Anna Taylor is doing there. Albert says, sitting on the train station right now in Lillehammer on the way home. Ah, are you getting this? The waterfall's nice, but the fjord, I mean, the picture I took on the fjord like literally an hour ago is completely disappeared. Raymond says most of the northern hemisphere would love that rain. Well, there you go. From us to you. I see my boss is calling all the Vikings in for a ceremony, but Karl and I have a good excuse to skip it today. Look, it's raining in on me.
I should probably back in the tunnels for that.
Yeah. I brought you some beer. You want anything more you want to say though, Karl, before I let you go? I'll point this way so they can hear you. We're like really huddled up against here. I can show you Karl if you... There we go, wait. There you go. This is the amount of roof we're hiding under right now. And you can see me. Ah! Nothing ever goes as it's planned. Are you going to go away, Karl, or are you... Nah, but that's good. Can you take these 2 bags with you behind me and put them in the Freeman's hallway so they have them? Thank you. I guess we get to play with needle binding on this little teeny tiny corner. That's the whole... Okay, it's going to be some wet needle binding today. We're staring at the mysterious white van. Okay, from us to all of you, rain. So I didn't do too much needle binding because I managed to burn myself on Kristen's dye pot. Kristen was also, we've had a lot of dyeing this year. Kristen was dyeing. She's the one that made the big skeins, the woad that Anna's getting. And I managed to blister these 2 fingers and this one, and these 2 actually ended up being okay, but they minor burns there, but bigger burns there. I was holding on to a pot of this dye water. She was boiling up chamomile, and then she needed to move it because it was starting to boil over. Oh my God! Can you hear that? The only thing we're missing is thunder. Anyway, and then so I went to pick up the pot, but the handle was heavier than I thought, and I only had to lift it this much, but it was heavy and I wasn't able to do it. But I didn't want to let go of it because the alternative was to lose all that boiling liquid onto the front of me, and I didn't want to do that either, so I ended up giving myself 3rd-degree burns on 2 fingers, but that's about almost 6 days ago now, so I'm going to survive. But I had to switch. I was going to needle bind in something today, and I thought to do Oslo stitch, but Oslo has the needle going straight behind my thumb and right down the band-aid, so I ended up having to do Dalarna because Dalarna goes this way. Have you ever had to adjust your stitch due to a sore? Oh my God, it's just crazy rain. So this is what I'm working on. I can show it slightly before it gets too wet. Let's see. A pointy hat. Because we had a lot of people asking for pointy hats since Anders Hovland has been wearing his. But this is Dalarna. Looks like back weave. Yeah, it's probably down to a 2nd degree now. It's just blister. But anyway, so this is the right way. It's actually pretty much done, this hat. And Dalarna. And then that's the wrong side. And I was going to show what that's like, but this yarn is so fuzzy that it's going to ruin. So, but most of us have done Dalarna by now. It's like Oslo with 1 screw up. Oh, the band-aid fell off. I guess you can look away. It's just a big blister now. Anyway, it's so wet that the band-aid wouldn't stay on. Okay, now I have to find my needle and yarn. What have you guys been up to now? Okay, Kiwi says, I taught a friend a needle bind this week. Ah, good job. We started out with the faubourg stitch because the yarn was too thin for Oslo. And she already finished a pair of wrist warmers. Oh, I like wrist warmers as a start project. Okay, so we have more of this. I kind of want to show you the rain, but I can't hold my hands up that high. So you get to look at the table. There we go. And I didn't want to lose my needle, so I tied a knot. Because I'm carrying a basket, the needle likes to fall through. There we go. This is a bone needle, by the way. I think William Soulberg made me this one a long time ago. It's got some of the blue fuzz from my hat stuck on there. That's how, it's like a loose weave, or a loose spin. So the fuzz gets caught on there, and I have to end up cutting it off with the scissors later. Okay, so this is the double curl stitch, I think it was called. I might have tried this before. We needed 3 loops. So start with 1. So do I, and the new ones are just as awesome as the original. Tipping down, as Tony Robinson would say. Proper time team weather. I have to check out Time Team. I don't know this one. Okay, so we got 1. Now I'm going to see if I can do this without killing my burn here, but it's mostly just a blister now. Ooh, this might be a little tricky. I didn't plan on the Band-Aid dripping off. So we'll just pull slow. Okay, catch the new one under the old. Now I have 2, but I need 1 more. This would be a time to learn how to needle bind flat. My yarn is soaking wet now too. Okay. There you go. Peruta put Time Team in the link. Maybe the blister should drain by itself naturally. It's already been poked. You don't know if you can see it. It's like a flat blister now. This one hasn't really, but this one. Okay, anyway. So for this one, you keep 1 on your thumb. And then you take the 2 from behind and you twist it Actually, no, I think you take it this way, yeah? And then you twist it, but you go under this one again. So you get the two, but the second one you go under one more time. And then you finish it like Oslo. I'll just lift it off my thumb though, so it's stuck on my umbrella. So I don't make my burn worse. It's from Sunday. It was the day after YouTube. Okay. I used to work in the burn unit when I was a teenager at the local hospital. Well, in Duluth, there's like 4 local hospitals, but anyway. So there you go. You got the 2, 1 on the thumb, 2 away, and then go back and go under the second one here. And now they did this with a back one, a B1 connection. I can't believe the rain. But I guess if you're in the middle of the heat wave, which is pretty much all of the United States, you might like the sound of the rain. No, I couldn't believe it when I heard it on the radio though, or on the news. It was 20 days in a row of 110 plus degrees. It is in Phoenix, Arizona. Cacti, certain breeds of cacti are actually starting to die out because they can't get enough moisture in the nighttime. Holy crap. So we're going to enjoy the rain. There we go. So, sorry, 2 away. Go back and twist under. And then under again. Oh, I'll see you, Rhonda. Thanks for hanging out for the rain. It was weekend projects for the professional archaeologists who would converge on a site for an exploration dig. Oh, prehistoric. Raymond says, time team. They have 3 days to do an archaeological dig, mostly in Britain. Could be Roman or Anglo-Saxon. Oh, cool. I'll let you look at the fjord a bit while I catch up on chat. You can see it's starting to clear up a little bit over there. Probably another rainbow or something. Let's see, burn unit. I'm sure you've got some interesting stories. Oh yeah, most of the burn unit stories come from, well, because when I was working there, it was summer help, because I was a teenager, and a lot of them have something to do with the 4th of July, because we like to set off firecrackers, and we don't know what we're doing in the United States. Let's see, and then Max is here. Kiwi and Moreau, nice hat, thank you. I have to make more like that. Everybody's been asking for them since Anders Hovland started. Not the blacksmith, but the other Anders. The one with the petroglyphs all over himself. He started wearing his in the village, and now everybody wants one. Arlene is here. She's got a 10% chance of rain. We got that rain for you, Arlene. Oh, but a tornado warning with hail. That tornadoes is actually, I don't know, I've only seen like one in my lifetime, and it was... I think I was 15 or 16, and I saw it from the top of a central administration building. It wasn't in Duluth, Minnesota though, but it was hitting Superior, Wisconsin. But mostly we just see funnel clouds and nothing ever hits because that lake is huge, Lake Superior. It's hailing in your tea. It might be. So dry, says Karin Okra. Well, enjoy the rain. We brought that just for you, if we could just get it through with the internet. Yep, just has to be a bit gentle with it. Still catching up. I'm reading backwards though. Lindsay Langley's here. Yeah, she says even the cacti are dying. I know, I was almost insane when I heard about that. It was on CNN because I can just choose the main networks when I want to catch up on U.S. news. DPN was a typo. What did you do? Oh, don't worry, people. I kind of like DPN, double-pointed needles. It is a thing. Albert says he found a Duvel beer and also bought a limited edition Orkney beer. I have actually what I brought for Karl, but he won't be having today, but maybe he'll have it later. Was the Duvel beer. A little homage to Anne. It's, let's see if we look down a bit. Maybe it'll show up a bit more. This was the Citra one. Triple hop Citra, Belgian IPA. So he liked Duvel, but he needs to try the Citra. And, of course, he would have been schnockered for like the third week in the row, which is probably not a great idea. Slow brewed to perfection. 9.5% alcohol. Hey, and this bottle is worth 10 cents in Quebec. Anyway, so he was going to try this one, but he might end up waiting till next week. He was also going to try one of Jay's, maybe. But I thought he better have more time on that because the helicopters landed late. And I don't know what else we have. We have a little bit of a mini bloat going on, which is why they wanted the people there. He got this one as well. He was buying everything Belgian, and you would be so proud. This is also a Belgian triple beard. Oh, but it says opprinnelse from Tromsø, Norge. So this is Norway, but it's a Belgian triple. So that's interesting. Anyway, so he's going to try these two. This one also might be a pretty high percent, then I'm assuming, because we got these at the Wine Monopoly. Yep, 8.0%. We might need to save these till next time for Karl. Anyway, so more needle binding, less beer. Albert has the next vacation the next 2 weeks, and you should come here. We'll find a place to stick you. The boathouses always have space. And there's a gazillion beds in there. It looks like a Viking hospital in there right now. I think we have 9 Gokstad beds. Oh, it suddenly almost stopped raining. Okay, so one on the thumb, second and third loop. You go away from you, but you go back and go underneath the second loop. And then you finish like the finish stitch. So I need, because I was going to start needle binding again. Oops, this way. I can't remember what I'm doing. I was thinking about finishing my orange project. This is the last couple days now in July, and then we have to come up with a new color for August. I've been embroidering because that didn't hurt my thumb. I'm right-handed. But I didn't take quite a pictures of those yet. I made the, the Valknut, which is like 3 triangles. You get a triangle, triangle, triangle. It can actually be made with like one continuous line, I guess. So I decided to embroider that, but it's simple embroidery, but to keep it from being simple but still special, I used 3 different madder baths. I used, there was a bright red, which is the first bath, and then the second triangle was the second bath of the madder, so it was a little bit lighter, and then the last bath was more or less pink. The last triangle because I used the third bath, so I thought that would be a little bit of a simple embroidery done a little bit more unique if it had a story with it. But yeah, all the yarn that I got from Lila, I don't think she had time to rinse them. So my hand, I don't know if you can see the blue in there, but they have like blue all over. Even the Band-Aid has a blue line on it. It was just, my whole hands are blue. I had to wash them like 15 times because there are quite a few, there's quite a few grams in each skein. And I have to break them off into smaller skeins for embroidery size. So I believe in her video, the example or the sample that she shows on nylakentat.fi has a B1 connection. And I don't know if I'll get that far today. So what are you guys going to work on for your next project? Or what are you doing for vacation, actually? Everybody's got vacation pretty much except for Raymond because it's winter where he is. There. I did like that kite stitch that I did last week. 2 and under. Yeah, Raymond says no rest for the wicked. We're all wicked here. No, I think we're starting to think about vacation now, Karl and I. We're going to see if we can't get to England for a couple of days with the kids. See you next week, Rhonda. Roger's here. Rain, beer, needle binding, only Karin can blend all 3. That's right, Roger. Enjoying your drought over there? Look at the puddles. I just thought I'd rub it in. Soon it will rain a little bit less. You can still see it's kind of raining over there. And then we might be able to walk around. The whole idea was to go from the fjord today. There's a message that just came on Freeman Chat. Please do not touch the cake in the kitchen. Thank you. Things you shouldn't have to write. Touring is here. My vacation is in August, and I'll be road tripping from Texas to Oregon and Washington to visit family. Oh, I like road trips. Maybe it's just because I've spent so much time driving back and forth across Norway, but you see so many campers around here right now. It would be kind of fun to try that once. You know, like Route 66 or something like that. I don't know if you could do that around Norway. You'd probably get car sick in Norway because it winds and goes up and down and around so many times due to the mountains. But something like that I think would be fun. Pruda says, I'm kind of on vacation, still working 3 mornings in a week. In between, I'm fighting with the Polish embassy, but it looks like I'm winning. You can do this, Peruda. By the way, Peruda writes me with an emergency earlier this week. I just thought I'd have to share it because who else has been in this situation? The cat pooped on her Viking dress. I feel bad. But I thought it was kind of funny. I just got, oh my God. And then the next line I see, the cat pooped on my apron dress. And I thought, oh, that's a crisis of a different color. Oh, my cats do it if they want to protest. Arlene is going to go to Grand Forks next weekend. First trip to USA since pre-COVID. I haven't been to Grand Forks, I don't think, maybe ever. And that's actually not too far from where I grew up. But yep, that trip that Karl and I took to Denmark, that was the first trip anywhere out of the country since COVID. It was kind of nice to get out and about again. I think everybody's caught that bug this year because it has been massively busy. We've been record-breaking, had record-breaking numbers this year. So, who knows? Maybe our season, which should be dying down in about, we're at the peak now, the top this week and next week should be statistically the highest. And then next week, or then right after that, then it should start going down again. But it'll be interesting to see because the season came early this year. I should have been doing this back when I was trying to connect. And I connected F1. Let's see. Whoop, this way. Okay, so let's ignore my F1 join there. It'll just look dorky. Have you ever tried needle binding with wet yarn? Okay, back one. So instead of connecting from the front loops, you connect from behind. Back one, and then we do the double curl thing. Wet yarn and a burn. No, it doesn't, at least the burn doesn't hurt anymore, right? As long as that skin doesn't open up. There we go, B1 and a curl. I think I have the right one there. So there's a lot of women freemen in the village this week. They're going to take a photo of all the Viking women together. I think the plan was to go at 6 o'clock. I don't think they're doing that right now. It's raining buckets. But suddenly there was no space next to the mirror in the Freeman area. So I think they were all trying to get beautiful for it. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Albert's going to Sandnes to visit family and friends that he hasn't seen in years. Oh, that's a good idea. Raymond drove all the way across Australia a few years ago, sleeping in the back of a van. Van has become super popular now, too. Okay, so up there you can see little camper, but there's vans everywhere, more and more of them since COVID, that people have converted vans. They look pretty cool too, the things they can do in those small spaces. Torun says, I'm using what I believe is called a box loom, bought from Egil's Wood Stuff. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Kind of cool to see. And then she's using purple, gray, black, and white, and she's going to weave number 8 from Appleseas and Fox Noses. I'm going to have to look this up. I should start weaving again. I have to, my little bookmarkers sold out from the store. I take the hand-spun wool from the sheep, and I weave little bookmarks out of them because then they can have a little small sample of weaving and it doesn't cost the world. But it's nice to use the little pieces of spun wool that we have that we do on display. Got to do something with it. So I either do that or I make sheep from the sheep in embroidery. Speaking of campers, there goes another one by. Okay, I was just about to go out in the rain too. It's raining more again. With love from Norway to everybody in the US and everyone else that's dying of a drought. I don't know where the crap this came from. We had such beautiful weather. Anne showed me a picture from her dollhouse. She's making a Viking dollhouse, and I got to see a dress that she's made for one of the dolls. It's just missing some bling. It looks so pretty. That must have taken so much work. I mean, those dolls are like that big. We're people watching today. I'm not getting out of the rain. I can't even walk in it because the umbrella is blowing over. It's insane. Look at that. That's the kayak center, by the way. I kind of want to go and jump in the puddles. In the mountains, we can look up a little bit. I guess that helicopter made it down just in the nick of time. You can see, if I can zoom, now the boat has its butt pointed to us. That is a very big sailboat. I don't know if you can see right above my finger there. Those are the 3 crossbars of the big sailboat. Looks, the other one is actually, this one is not a very big sailboat. It's a normal sized one, but it's right just on the dock. This one is way out in the fjord a bit. That thing is huge. Have you ever seen that series, Under the Deck, or some Below Deck? Oh, sure, van comes and ruins my shot. Yeah, I do like the sound of rain. And also there's this series called Below Deck, some reality series. I don't know, it's all a matter of who's going to get together with who in the season, and they're basically complaining about really rich people spending a lot of money and being demanding, while their job is to serve them. Anyway, big boats like that remind me of that show when I see them there. So the helicopters were a little bit late today, and the people were going to go in the village, and then they were going to take the boat away in the end of the day. And you could just see that they were not too upset that the helicopters were delayed in getting here, because all of a sudden the back end of the sailboat opens up and all these people jump out and start swimming, and I can only imagine that's got to be the employees thinking, hey, we got break time. Back one. I could have just hung Anne's embroidery yarn out in this weather and it would have been rinsed in no time. Now, actually, the fun thing is when you have the yarn that needs more rinsing because of the plant dye, you could actually just stick it in the bucket of water with some plain yarn and it'll color that plain yarn while rinsing the other one at the same time. Might have to add a little heat, but anyway. So when I rinse plant dyed yarn, what I do is I put it in a bucket of lukewarm or cold water, and then just let the skeins sit in it for a while and soak it up, and then lift it out and soak it and lift it out and soak it, and then lift it out, dump out the water, fill up the new thing of water, same temperature, dump it back in and see if the water stays clear. If the water stays clear, then it's done rinsing. There we go. Okay, this is it. Can you kind of see what the stitch is doing there? This is all back one. This is the back one connection. And right in the beginning here is front one, these 2 stitches, because I started the wrong way. This is what that stitch looks like on the front side. Row 1, row 2, you can see it almost jumps up. That's because you're taking it from the back side, so it creates a ridge on the front. But if I turn it inside out, There's the back side. So now notice the back side. There's your joining row. The back side looks more smooth. So that's the difference with because you have the B1. You're kind of like turning the ridge on the other side. But this is the back side of that Danish, no, not Danish, double curl stitch. And that's the front side. Maybe we try walking around in this a little bit. Let's see. Since I'm so caught up on chat here. Good tip for lazy people. Just leave it in a bucket of water. Let's see what else I can catch up. Star Trek Below Deck. Oh, that could be fun. It might be a completely different feel. But we should go out and see that boat. It might blow in the microphone a bit more when we get out there, but next time I am over, I need to see anyone that can help me plant dye some wool fabric I have, says Albert. Oh, you should be here when Kristen and Lila are here. By the way, they've already started booking July next year. 1 week is already full in the houses, but people will get roommates. So there's always room for a bit more. But there will definitely be plant dyeing then too. Peruta says to Arlene, there's a podcast on YouTube that reads audiobooks with rain sound. It's amazingly soothing. Oh my God, I never would have thought of that. Lindsay says, I've totally made use of the rain to wash things, mostly trash cans. You know, I hung the wool on the fences in the rain for decoration. And then it starts raining heavily. It's been raining a lot. And some of that wool is looking cleaner than the stuff that I washed intentionally. It's kind of funny. Lindsay says, I have a skein that rinsed clear but kept leaving dye on my fingers. I never figured out what the heck with it. I probably wouldn't make a hat out of it or something that's going to go next to a plain, like a light color if you're afraid it's going to bleed onto it. Or don't mix the colors, you know. But if you want to make just like a one solid color thing, then it would be quite nice. But we thought if this one, the blue, and it was so blue, if we made a hat out of it, or, you know, we'd look like Smurfs. But you could always use that extra one to intentionally dye something. Pruda says, I left my laundry out in the rain so many times in Japan, my neighbors used to gossip about how a bad housewife I was. Kiwi says, it's difficult to plant dye over. Is it difficult to plant dye over a fire? I've only tried it on a modern stove so far. I think if you want to control the heat, but what they do is, I'll probably give that guy some privacy there. There we go. I can't control my gimbal. No, because basically you have to bring it up to a boil sometimes, and if you need to do the temperature, then it could be tricky. But for things like green and yellow and brown, that's not really a problem. It's only when you're doing the more temperature sensitive ones like red and blue and purple. But then what Kristen does, for example, which I think is a good idea, is always have a cold bucket of water on hand. So if it starts to measure too hot, you can dump a little cold water in it to cool it down, and you can always lift it higher on the fire, which is what I was trying to do when I burnt myself. And then Raymond says, a smooth backside. Yep, this video is not for kids today. I see what you did there, Raymond. Should we go out in this? Maybe. I have everything in my basket covered up. I don't know if you can see. This is my Viking rain protection. But the important things like my embroidery are and always in a plastic bag anyway, because I have some soluble stuff in there. So let's cover this up, then we'll try to go out, because otherwise I'm gonna risk tearing open blisters, and I don't want to do that. Okay, it's gonna be a Viking with a basket and a gimbal and an umbrella. Thanks for the tip. I'm joining a local event where there will be plant dyeing. Yeah, always keep a cold bucket of water on you, and something with like a chain hanging over the fire, and then you can use an S hook, looks like that, to have one hook under your pot and the other hook onto the chain, and then you can just lift it up the chain as need be. Okay, let's see if I can get out in this without getting wet or more wet. So this is where I've been hiding. As close into that wall as possible. Oops, let's see. I'm gonna turn this back the other way. There you go, that's where I've been hiding. But now you got the sound of rain on the umbrella. And then I'll see if I can straighten the gimbal out and we'll go walk and look at that big sailboat out there. It is amazing. It's a, what do you call it, a super yacht sailboat? So yeah, if you ever watch that show, Below Deck, some reality TV series, not the greatest, I wouldn't recommend it, but the boats are amazing. And cruise ships are coming by these things lately, because if we have a cruise ship, oh my God, it's a swimming pool. Oh, the cruise ships can't pull all the way in anymore. It is up to my shins. My Viking dress is underwater. Ah, I didn't know, this is new. Okay, if you don't know where Gudvangen is, that is the end of the Norway fjord. And there you can see where Gudvangen is. That's the entire city of Gudvangen, and the Viking village is right in the middle of it. And here's meters over sea level. I think that's meters. Anyway, so it goes way, way, way up. And here is you can see the rest of the way from here. There you see Flom. Flom, if you take a tunnel, will get you to Gudvangen that way. But if you're going by water, you actually have to go through our land, etc. first, when normally if you're driving, you go this way. Anders is running for something. I don't know what. Can't vote in here anyway, so I'm not Norwegian. I guess I can vote locally, but I'm not registered to the area. I'm still registered to Vestby. But yeah, Anders blacksmith is running for something. So good luck to him. Oh, look at the waterfall over there. It's gushing too. But you see now, that one that's in front of us is just a regular sized sailboat. And then you have that big thing over there, which is a lot further away than it looks. Let's see if I can do this while one-arming the umbrella. Look at that thing. It's just massive. So, our current guests will be boarding that thing today. But the waterfall is just gushing because the rain came down so fast. That's the one that we call Regnbuefossen. It's got actually a proper name, probably Bakkafossen, because Bakka is through there on the other side of that, through a tunnel. But when the sun hits that, it always casts a rainbow. By the way, this is avalanche rain. So maybe we see more mudslides. That is a mudslide originally. Oh, now it's barely raining. So we're having a completely disorganized YouTube Sunday today. Jump, jump. I want to jump up in it, but I'm wearing these stupid things. They're not quite Crocs. But my feet slip and slide in them like mad. So if I start jumping, I'll fall on my ass and you're all going down with me. It was right over... Oh, look at that. The sun's coming out now, finally. That's what I walked through. It's a lot deeper than it looks. There you go, low-lying cloud. But we'll walk around this way first and then we'll walk back that way. So you can get some more view. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely stunning here. Actually, we'll walk around behind. Yeah, no, so the cruise ships, you can see what happens when the, like the clouds come low-lying through. So when we had cruise ships coming through here, the cruise ships, they also leave a lot of pollution in the air and it just hangs like that cloud there. So this is fine. This is a nice, happy white cloud, but you can imagine that the pollution is not a nice thing to have hanging over the air. So that is why the last couple of years, I believe the cruise ships are no longer allowed to come all the way in. So they come in by big buses like those. They come in as close as they can, like maybe Ireland or Flom, and then they take buses the rest of the way. That one to the left up there, that one also could avalanche or do a mudslide. Basically looks like just a big waterfall that's gone brown. The reason why I think it could is because, let's see if I can zoom in the right way. Do you see that waterfall there is not running? And it should be running just as much, if not more, than the rainbow one over there. So it should be running like that. And it looks like that. And I can zoom in again. That means it's probably stopped up at the top there. And so at some point, the water pressure is going to become too much and it's going to push it out. And then it will come tumbling down. Let's see if I can zoom out again. It'll come tumbling down there and into the fjord. So I suspect we'll have a mudslide there at some point soon. And it'll sound like thunder. See, more made-up names. I'm sure that map is fake. No, it's true. You have to go back and pause it. There's Bakka, B-A-K-K-A, which goes just before that rock slide there. There's a tunnel, and you go through there. The reason you did is because the avalanche is like mad here. And then you get to a little town called Bakka, B-A-K-K-A. And then there's Aurland, which is like 3 tunnels away from here, A-U-R-L-A-N-D, and it's also the name of the county. And then there's Flom. Flom is the closest one, F-L-A with a circle over it, M. If you want to know how to pronounce A with a circle over it, just think of the Minnesota O. It's Flom. And there we can get a better view. Nice of the tourists to leave for me. Can't handle a little rain. And then we're Gudvangen. And I'm probably butchering all the pronunciations, but hey, I'm American. Oh, look how pretty it is when the rain is clearing up. Everything looks so green. So, yep, for Ann Taylor and all the other ones in the dying heat, I'm so sorry. Enjoy the view. That sailboat is massive. Then we have the ferry over there that looks, it's hard to see it, but it's just on top there. It looks like an accordion, the thing that goes like this. It is electric. And that one goes between all those places. Hey, Heidi. She says, Vakkert. It's beautiful, yeah. You will get here someday, Kiwi. Your family's gotten here now, so you're next. Dragon clouds, yeah. The reason they said dragon clouds, we'll go up on the bridge so you can see the river, is because it looks like a dragon's run through. Hi. Oh, my God. My kids look great.
No, I look like a...
You look like wet dogs.
Yeah, we were trying to find you.
You were trying to find me?
30 minutes.
All you had to do was look on YouTube. Crap.
We can't use our phones when it's pouring.
Oh, you wimps. You could just, I was sitting outside.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have a new phone.
I'm enjoying this. Is that a bad mom thing?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're going to eat soon.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to walk around real quick and show views and then we'll go. It was raining cats and dogs.
We were out there.
We probably shouldn't take the whole bridge, huh?
No.
Hey. There you go.
Anyways, if you got a good camera, you can take really good pictures underneath the bridge.
Yeah, you probably could.
We were there. We already did that.
So the reason they call them dragon clouds because it looks like a dragon came by, breathed fire, and then that's what's left. These little dots of smoke. And it goes all the way.
I need to jump in. I would. I'll do it. No, my shoes.
Did you guys notice that waterfall over there is stopped up behind you?
Huh?
The waterfall isn't running.
Oh, dang.
You know what that means, right?
No.
Gonna have an avalanche or a mudslide.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Is the water high enough to jump into?
Arlene says, hello from Canada. The water is, but if you do it wrong, you can hurt yourself. Remember there was one girl
we've
that...
done this before.
Yeah, but no.
No, it's enough.
You cannot jump into it.
We guys raped the last time.
Yeah, but that was with somebody here who could go in and jump in and get you. I'm not doing that.
We were younger. Actually, no.
Well, but at least we got a little bit of... It dried up just for the end so you could actually walk around and see. My original plan was to sit on a bench right over there in the rain before it started raining.
There's an ogre.
Did you find an ogre? It's a Karl! Maybe he gets that beer after all.
Oh, nice coffee. I want my bed. Want to swim?
There he is. Now that's a beautiful sight. So do you want the Belgian beer or do you want the Norwegian version of Belgian beer? Both of them have way too much alcohol for you to be drinking.
No, actually, I don't want to get this wet.
Is it the Belgian one? It's not one I haven't tried before.
The Belgian with the citrus? Yeah.
With the citrus?
Citra. It's in here. Dig in my basket, see what you find.
Don't take the whole bridge. Mom?
Huh?
Bridge.
It's okay. There you go. You're going to try the Norwegian version of the Belgian beer. You're just going to have it straight from the bottle today. You look like a wet dog. Don't flip that in the river.
That's gonna slice your face.
As long as it doesn't go in the river, pollutant guy, you got to pick it up.
The orcs would not be proud of you.
The orcs would not be proud of you. The Lorax would be mad.
Not for the Lord.
Okay. So I already showed them what the beer was, so they know what it is. It's the, I think this is the one that's 9%. 8, sorry, the other one's 9%. And this is the, but it says original produce, whatever, Tromsø, Norway. Yeah, Karl looks like a bit like Gandalf crossing that bridge. Thou shall not, Karl, can you say thou shall not pass? No, you shall not pass.
Borrow one too. Mom, can we swim?
Over there you can. What do you think?
This works.
This, you're not supposed to, look, oh my God, Karl. I'm turning into a Saturday alcoholic. I guess he likes it, says Torun. Anne says, Belgian Norwegian beer, best of both worlds. Yeah, because you see, it said it was Opprinnelse Norge, Tromsø, Norge. But it's a Belgian beer. Do you want to explain that? I'll turn it on you.
No, I can't really explain it. It tastes a little bit Belgian, but without the bananas.
Yeah?
And
You sure it's a Belgian banana?
well, this is a Tromsø banana.
Yeah.
So it would be a banana that speaks like this.
Can I smell?
You want to smell the beer?
It smells like shit.
It does smell like shit.
Like, hey! I smell from over there. Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, my kid thinks you're disgusting, Karl.
Mm-hmm.
Karl,
Apples is a
can you stand? Okay, from right here, I want you to say, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass!
Fly, you fools.
Fly, you fools! And we've driven away both of your daughters. So
Yeah,
it
nope,
works.
they ran away. They're embarrassed as hell to be with us. Huh? We didn't make it to the store before it closed, so.
You didn't ask.
No, we'll go out to eat. Which one should we eat? Should we have the seafood today, Karl? Or the seafood? The seafood restaurant is in there. Beautiful view. Or we could eat at the restaurant, which is, oops, sorry. The hotel restaurant, which is there. Or we could eat at the diner, which shares the same opening as our village. What do you think? Where should we eat today?
Diner.
Kids want to eat diner.
The
What do you think?
goblins
Karl?
have spoken.
The goblins have spoken. We're at 2 more minutes. Do you have any more to say, Karl? Belgian without bananas. So you like the beer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Raymond says, yep, call Peter Jackson. We have the star for the next Lord of the Ring movie. I just read that I was looking at my local news from back home. Apparently something called River Bags or River Frost. I have no idea anyway, but some bag company from my hometown is suing George Lucas Films because he used one of their bags and ripped off the label and put a label from something in the movie. Or so they're being accused of.
In the Lord of the Rings movie?
No, Indiana Jones.
Mom, there's a kayak. It's so cool. It's your old job.
I know, my old
Before
job
you
used to be
decided to
kayaking.
be
Should we
the
turn around and look at the
fucker.
kayak?
Fucked up her hand.
Let's see. There. Okay. I don't want to hit people. There, kayaker. I used to love doing that though. But I can't now. My arms will kill me. There we are. Just a couple of Vikings and a gimbal and a camera checking out the kayakers.
I drew in my hand, but it kind of faded.
Oh, it looks cool though. It looks tribal. So, Carl, same time next week. Maybe a little bit more organized on time.
You think so?
Everything came late though, but no, I mean everything was late. So because everything was late, everything got started late. I didn't even get to begin making my thumbnail until like 20 minutes before 6.
Except for the one group that was over half an hour early.
Gandalf 500th generation. I told you you look old. It's Gandalf the wet dog. Or wolf or whatever the heck your fur is.
Pretty sure it's not either wolf or dog.
Yeah. Fool of a took. Can you say that?
Full of a took?
Fool of a took. You fool of a took. No.
Are you full of a took?
No, I'm trying to be a hobbit thing. Oh, fine. Somebody else give him something stupid to say. We'll look this way because there's people passing behind me. No, it cleared up just for the end anyway. So there you go. You start out with my office, which is a mess. Double rainbow. Massive rain hiding under the cover of a little of the gas station. And we end up on the bridge.
I wrote an aspiring word.
Oh,
Or one word. Oh, that is so sad.
just so you know, your kids are on my YouTube. All right.
How would you relate to this?
Pruda says, I'll try to be here next week, but the way my life is going, can't make any promises. No, I wish you luck, by the way, with the Polish embassy. Yeah. Oh, good. Raymond said it went very fast today. It probably did because we were rushed in the beginning and then the rain. And oh my God, by the way, I drenched my legs. I walked past the buses thinking, oh, it's just a little puddle. It was like almost up to my knees. Then they told me to jump because they said I wanted to jump in the puddles. Yeah.
You might be a child at heart.
Yep. There you go. No umbrella in the Viking Age. See you next Saturday. Yep. I don't think you should have the other beer though. That's a lot of percent. Okay. See you. We'll try to be more historically accurate next week. See you next Saturday. Bye-bye. There.